Welcome back to Yeti episode 119. We are in a very straightforward stage, really flat, and then climbs up. It's just a little bit beyond a punchy stage. It is classified as medium mountain, and really only just. And this is a really good day for us in a couple of reasons. One, Vatsek's got a +3 on his race day condition. Haddad's got a nasty draw. He's got a -4, but overall as a team, the draw looks standard, normal. There's, good numbers offset by Haddad's bad numbers. And we haven't had to set any tempo today at all. Two teams have taken up the mantle, thankfully, for us, making it quite easy to set up what is going to be a simple sprint train here. On the way towards the finish, but recovery is happening. Is it though? I don't know. That guys are barely riding all of a sudden and losing a ton of ground, and yet I can't stand to see this happen. I'm gonna set up my train very early, but it's gonna be very casual for a while. We do have an intermediate sprint coming up. I don't know if that's what threw things off, but the guys suddenly just did not want to ride, so we've got to sort that one out. But now as we come in with a few kilometers, great, now the team's all sort of split up. And the AI is having a moment. The breakaway is no longer a threat, right? But now we've just seen a little split in the field here, and Lind has got us under control. Red bar is gone, even though we are riding casually. Frustration for me. Frustration. But it'll be okay. We are in line, in position, suddenly down to 15K. Gradual climbing for now. And these guys should see some recovery of red bar. Let's back off just a little bit to make sure that actually happens. Now it is happening. 5. Just backing off more, letting these guys get their recovery in. Vatsek's looking good. Montez is looking good, but Haddad is not recovering well. We might have to reorder things before the climb if we can't get this recovery. We're at 10K now. Panamar is good.
10 kilometers remaining.
Haddad needs to move up. 8K left. 8K left. Acceleration will come soon. I think Panamar is going to be I don't know. We got the red bar thing happening here. All right, starting to speed up. 7K. And we're about to hit the climb too. So, Lind is done. On to Haddad. 5K. Here's the first big acceleration, but these guys are trying to get away and not going anywhere. We've got it countered, and these guys are looking strong still. 4.5K. Zayats and Panamar will not last long through this, but that's it for Zayats. That's going to be it for Panamar in just a second. Let's get G gelled up. Montez is a better climber. He is much stronger today, and we don't need to be going 99 here. Calm down. Let's get G out there first. Not worried about the other guys off the back. I am worried about those gels, though. That's a little late to the party. 2.4K, Montez taking over.
The riders are going through a very
2K, Vatsek and Shui still have some red bar, but not a lot. But we've put the other teams under a lot of pressure on this climb. Okay, 99, Montez. Shui's going to have to take over here in a second. Final kilometer, Shui. Shui sprinting, and Vatsek is going to come out and sprint for the line. Hopefully to take victory here. Yes, he is going to hang on to it. Red bar runs out right at the line. That's a stage victory for Vatsek. And separation, about 6 seconds ahead of anybody else. Only Casto. Jouet gets 4th. Ayuso, Narvaez. Another gap to this next group, including Montez and whoever the two guys in front of him. So behind Hindley, there should be a gap. Great result. Another victory. We're extending the lead of Vatsek. Well done today. Just like that, we're down to just 3 nations remaining to snowball from our Pop 6 group. I was worried about making it happen was like, oh yeah, 3 tours? Like, well, it'll happen. It'll happen. Sure. Well, all of a sudden we're down to just 2 necessary. That's our 4th team victory of this La Vuelta. But for Vacek, who leads the race overall, this was his first stage. Jouet has taken 2, Lind has taken 1, and now Vacek has 1 as well. And now we have added Kazakhstan to the list. And yes, gaps were given in multiple places. So 7 seconds for Vacek to the good. Jouet just misses out on getting a time bonus himself, but he is going to get a lot of gains over other riders. There's an additional 6 seconds to a chase group of 4, and then overall 11 seconds, or 18 in the case of Vacek, or 28 if you count the 10-second time bonus, so about half a minute gained over most of the field. And then 55, 104, and things open up pretty quickly. So how is the GC looking? Well, obviously it's looking better, bigger, better, stronger. Walter is now 33 seconds behind. Fisher Black is 41. O'Connor 112. Skilmos is 144. Onley is a minute 56. Jouet moves up a spot to 7th at 222 down. Ayuso 233, who came in right behind Jouet. Hindley Gaudu moves into the top 10, who dropped Stown Minute. Stown Minute drops to 14th, losing a big chunk of time, now 447 down. So a single contender is dropping time. However, climbing is not our thing. We are better at medium mountain, though, and it showed today. We had a good race day condition for Vacek. He made the most of it, won the stage, and made small gains. With such a short climb, making any gains at all is a big thing on a day like this. He gained half a minute over a lot of these guys, and suddenly, we're looking at 3 minutes to 10th place. We're looking at almost 5 to 12th place. It's not race done. It is not race done by any stretch of the imagination. But, Montez in 18th is 656 down. He gained 4 spots today. Really goes to show kind of where that gap starts to exist. Really strong climbers like Archie Ryan in 17th, just shy of 6 minutes. Maybe they still have a chance. I don't think it's a done deal yet. We've got plenty of stages to go. That was the halfway point, stage 11. 10 more. Plenty of opportunities. Plenty of mountaintop finishes to lose 1, 2, 3 minutes in any given day. So at this point, yes, things feel good. But yes, things could go sour pretty quick. Any number of these guys could move up. We're not going to fall behind the whole group. But I would think even an Archie Ryan is still just about in touching distance. Well, Lind has started his fitness peak, so now we have 2 guys expected +6s. We're also pushing some of those +2s to +3s now coming off of this one, but will it stay? Is this the motivation being really high, being a big bonus? Starting to get a little bit tired now for Vacek. It's still a long ways to go for a fitness peak, though. He's only at 64 points. So, I'm not even sure he's going to make it at the end. Next closest is now Derek G. He's at 83. Miscounted my sprint stages, though. There's not 3, there's 4. The extra one being this one, stage number 12. I forgot to mark it down. The next 5 stages will decide this race. Over the course of the next 5 stages, we have 3 mountain stages with mountaintop finishes and 2 medium mountain stages with mountaintop finishes. 5 straight days of climbing ahead of us. The unfortunate thing is we open the first day in the race lead with a jersey to protect the AI. Let us get away with it on stage 11. I highly doubt they will let us get away with it today, but fingers crossed they will, because otherwise we're going to be in a lot of trouble. You can see we've got 4 mega climbs ahead of us, and it's only 133 kilometers. So as far as stages go, it's fairly short, and we're going to go up the Tourmalet to wrap this one up. We've crossed the border. We're gonna climb the Tourmalet. List of favorites: Carlos Rodriguez, Sivikov, Arrieta are the only 80+ base mountain attribute guys. Number of 79s and 78s, and we start at a 75. with race day condition, we'll hit maybe about a 78 on the daily. But these guys are all going to have a high, at least 3.5 points or 4+ bonus on top of it. So it's going to be really hard, really hard. We're looking at essentially an 83 mountain as the average for all the favorites, and we can count on about a 78. We really need that race day condition bonus, and we're going to need it for the next 5 days in a row, plus 3 expected minimum. Anything less, and we could expect to lose a fairly good chunk of time any one of these days.
30 kilometers take the riders over the border into France and down to Laurens.
That's X got a +5 for today, though, so that's going to be really helpful. But what do we have in terms of support from other teams? That's going to be the big question. Jouet has a -3 draw today, so that's not going to help him. We are already climbing. Let's go ahead and push on for this first one. We're going to get plenty of recovery, but we need to be at the front. We've got one team, at least, doing the work for now.
But the final few kilometers are in double figures.
Looks like they were really just trying to set up the attack of one of their riders, though. Haddad. Oh, much better draw today. It's a +5. He finally has a good one. 2 minutes the advantage. 2 minutes. We've got Cepeda in 16th at 5:35 down. Down minute, who just dropped out of the top 10 going into the break. 14th, 4:47 down. Only in 6th is 2 minutes down. Sivikov is here as well. Kamna in 12th. 20th is Anna. There's way too much quality. 2 minutes is all you can afford to let this group have. We're about to crest, and we are about to have Lind. So we are going to have to try to manage this gap. Lind, for now, is doing the job. It's not hurting him any. But he is hurting any chance of recovery for a lot of riders. I don't know. This is going to be difficult. This is not shaping up to the kind of stage I wanted. We've got about 5 threats in the breakaway, and they all took off very, very early. So we are trying to manage it, but here is Lind now doing the work, and now we've got more guys trying to attack. Maholjevic, who just won a stage. Pantera. That's the problem with trying to keep it close. We're 240 out. 319. It's okay to let it open up a bit, because the other group's going to work harder. They are going to suffer for it, and if only Lind is sacrificed on this first climb, I'd like to see him actually make it over the top, but I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. We're going to probably sacrifice Lind on this climb and then let Ponemar finish the climb and then keep things kind of in check. But we're now 4 minutes behind, so Lind is just not climbing the same pace they are. 5:25. We've lost 3.5 minutes on this climb to the breakaway. At this point, I think we're going to be better suited towards letting Lind continue to lead this thing as fast as he can, and then just making it over the top in one piece, then speeding up. So we get full team, which we are looking good for that part now. And finally, Champison Simmons step forward to support. Riders have been dropped, about 30 of them. So 30 riders got dropped on this climb. Really well done by Lind there. He led the entire climb besides the final 100 meters. Let's send Ponemar to get water. 80k left.
Another attack in the leading group.
Okay, this is the only odd situation. You're either climbing or descending. There's that little bit before the final, the only intermediate sprint of the day, where it's falls flat for a while, but this is the only other oddity of this stage. Otherwise it's up or down. But holding it 5.5 minutes for now is not as bad. The front group's going to be all sort of split up, definitely under pressure, the way that we've forced it on them. But Ponemar, let's go. Ooh, for now we've split the peloton? No. Okay, it's back together. That would have been something if we were suddenly down to 50 riders and in control with our entire team. In terms of recovery, Lind and Ponemar Only so much recovery. I will go through probably both of them on this next climb to try to keep that breakaway from really threatening the jersey. Okay, water task done. Lind will gel early. Narvaez. Oh, he is only 64th. He's here to work. He's just not matching Lind's pace. Down to 93. Early in the climb. 88. Ponemar gel. I don't think he's even going to end up getting a turn. Lind is outworking him right now with a 68 mountain, where Ponemar's got a 70. But it's stamina advantage. Yeah, 83. Montez is going to protect that sec here as soon as Ponemar is done. Right now. Lind is nearly done, so G will take over shortly. 54k down to 69 riders. 1.5k from the top. It's possible here. Yeah, Narvaez takes over. Oh, it's out to 10.5 minutes though. What the heck? Oh, that's a jersey gonna be gone. That is the jersey gone. Ponemar gets dropped. Lind does just about stay in contact, giving us that one more guy for that final sequence. As we're down to 62, that's good. But Lind, I don't want you doing anything other than following for now. We're gonna have G take over. Down to 46. G, take over. These guys are not riding fast enough at all. And herein lies that problem, right? Ponemar, he would have been dropped regardless. Lind would have been fine. And he is fine. I mean, he's still with us, but you can see his recovery is minimal. But I love that we've got such a small peloton. That means most of the key riders are not well protected, not well supported. The front group is all sorts of split up, and let's start to see what is the actual damage that we are facing, as a lot of these guys. Town Minute, that's a good one that he's not doing well. Those four coming together. Here's 3. Sivikov include. Oh, Sivikov's not the big threat. The big threats are up here. Zana, 20th. Cepeda, 16th. Onley in 6th. And Kamna in 12th. There's your big threats, and those guys are 10:45 ahead. They have a massive advantage. G, finally getting some support. Ineos helping out. But the jersey is probably going to get handed over to one of those breakaway riders today. Onley in particular. Lind, nice recovery, bud. Very nice recovery. Let's get you back up front and working. Let's get G on Haddad for now. And let's start riding a little bit harder. 31k left. I also don't care for the idea of those behind us coming back to us. And now we are starting to recover some time at least. Okay, gaps behind our opening. Riders are dropping out of the back of this group. We are catching riders that are ahead of us, and we've pulled back 45 seconds. So Lind's tempo is good, and he is being supported. Oh, Oscar, not Carlos. Pronsky, yeah. Got about 5 guys working with us. That's good. That means that's the firepower that those teams have. UAE, are they ready to start contributing as well? Lind alone contributing is working well for us. Gap is already down inside 9 minutes. So we've really recovered a lot of time here. But we've got a lot of time still to recover. We've got 21k to go. It's a very long climb. Gaps could really come down. It's at this rate, that jersey is not secure. See if it manipulates the tempo. For now, though, Jouet was blinking red and added an 85 just a moment ago. Ponemar back there. Ooh, water. Little late for that, but here it comes. G's gonna have to do a little extra work. We should have done it here on the flat. Ah, G goes literally all the way to the back of the group. Now at 43 riders, by the way. And 42.
Oscar
We are
Olli.
losing riders.
The riders
Only
are
attacks the
going
front
through a very
group.
tough portion with
So he is now the guy we are
percentages above 10%.
chasing, and he's the time we are chasing. He's only 2.5 minutes down overall. It's 7:15 the gap. He's got plenty of time and
Acceleration
space.
by Onley.
Gee, gel. Wow, look how tired everybody is already. Just trying to keep up with this thing. 12K.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
Zayats, gel. Montez, gel. This group is getting absolutely decimated. And, you know, we've only dropped, what, 6, 7 riders? And pulled back 4 minutes on those guys. But now it's starting to go the other way. Nobody is setting a high tempo right now. I would attack, but, I mean, we got 10K to go. There is no attack. This is all about, there we go, tempo. Pronsky, set in tempo. Down to 34 riders. Let's check in on what's out the back. We'll go back as far as Lind and see who's around him. Stoudmidit, there you go. Stoudmidit, who went in the break, was caught, has gone out the back. His 14th place in jeopardy. He was just in the top 10 a stage or 2 stages ago. Sweeney, Paulus. There's G. Arveas, who's done the work. There's Ineos wasting their firepower. Here's Gross going out the back. That's a 78 mountain. Balderstone. Wow, he's only 45th. He's one of the best climbers in the field. He's going out the back. Hagens, Shampison about to go out the back. We're down to 29. Gabretz Gabir. Uh-oh, here goes Zayats, though. Zayats getting dropped. Montez getting dropped. About to be down to 27. Shui. Haddad. Let's protect with Shui's in 7th, but it's no matter. They're both going to get dropped here. 23 riders. Here's the move. Valter, O'Connor, Ryan.
Acceleration by Walter.
That's it. Does not need to attack. We just need to follow Carlos Rodriguez here. And Gel, 6.5K. Group of 6. That's it. Hang on to it, please. You don't want to climb solo here. And that's going to be what it is. So we leave the whole field behind, most of it anyway. Shui and Haddad on to Otto. That's 15. That's your peloton. They are chasing, but Rodriguez and Vatsek. Working together. No, caught by the peloton. Really. Pass up O'Connor. There's Archie Ryan. There's Valter, the one behind us, chasing. Let's sit on. Casteau, he's not really a big deal. 13 riders.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
So, Casteau 15th. Yeah, he's 5 minutes down. Those are breakaway riders that we're coming back to. There's down to a final 4. Only still there. 7.5 minutes ahead, almost to the finish line. We've got nothing to chase. They're going to gain. Only's taking the jersey. Only is taking the jersey. And there's 2 more threats with him, too. Cepeda and Kamna. They're going to have a 1, 2, 3. And Vatsek at this point is just trying to hang on. And hope that anyone here has... Nope, Vatsek's the one now that's about to go out the back.
A victory that went
Fisher
right
Black,
down
O'Connor
to
are
the
with him.
wire. Wow, he handled his race well.
Pare Pantera has won the stage. Kamna only took 3rd. 1K left for Vatsek. He's behind this group, though, so he is going to lose some time to them, but a small amount. It's those front three where we're going to lose a lot of time, but we are definitely losing time. Even within 80 mountain,
The tail enders are still coming in.
we didn't have much. Did not have much. Having the leader's jersey meant we were vulnerable in multiple ways. Everybody wanted to attack us, and our riders had to do a lot of the work. A lot of the work today were done by our riders, which meant we had less domestiques to protect. They had to ride. So we were vulnerable to the breakaway, and they're getting the jersey, and we were vulnerable to the peloton, and they gained time. The time they gained wasn't significant. The time that the front three gained was pretty significant. So we are going backwards in a couple of ways, and that's the first big misstep. But it wasn't that we played poorly. It's just they have such advantages to take over. Now, should we have attacked versus just ride? How difficult would that recovery have been? We had no support left in Haddad or Jouet. They were both done. Vatsek only had that little bit going with that group. Everybody else chased. Had we stayed in the group, would they have chased? Probably not. What they're chasing is us. They're not chasing them. They're chasing us. So they probably... nobody rides, and so then it's still up to Vatsek, and Vatsek did not have much energy to just simply ride tempo. We did get the time cut today, so it looks like there are some riders among the earliest dropped that possibly are going to be out of this thing. Oh no, the last of them came in seconds before. It was hour 4 minutes was the time cut, and Visma would have lost 2 riders. Dang, that was close. Anyway, so back up to the front. Vatsek was 9:35 down. So it ended up 2 additional minutes there at the end. And then also to like Valter, we lost 1.5 minutes to Valter. And then the rest of that was breakaway, the top 10. Big changes all the way down to 5th place, 7.5 minutes down. Oscar Onley has moved into the race lead. Kamna at 2:35, Cepeda at 4:01, Valter 6:35. We are second still, comparative, but those 3 have gained such time that they are suddenly threats. And, we're talking about guys that are good, guys that are pretty dang good. Now they're going to be the vulnerable ones and defending, and you can expect that they're going to go backwards. But 6.5 minutes, 7.5 minutes, 8 minutes, that's a lot. O'Connor has essentially moved into a other podium. Fisher Black, Ayuso stays 8th, Scalmos, Hindley. Big changes. Big changes. Shui drops to 16th, 12 minutes down. The gaps are much bigger than what they were before. What just happened is what we did the reverse of at the Tour. In the other classifications, by the way, is that still a thing? That was stage 13. They said this is the first of 5 in a row major stages that will decide this race. After that, it's all but done. Points, we're second, but it's a big gap to Magnier, who's been dominating the sprint. Mountain classification, Onley in the lead. I think that's what he was going for, but he ended up getting a different jersey that he didn't anticipate. Shui has a 7-minute advantage in the under 25s in the Young Riders jersey. So he's looking great to win that. And the team classification, we have fallen to 4th from 1st. Well, folks, the situation's very different now. 1, we don't have a jersey to protect anymore, and that's great. If not for the breakaway, we would be second overall, a minute off the lead, looking really good. But that breakaway really hurt things today. Those 3 guys are not as dominant. They are slightly weaker climbers. Before you added bonuses than Vatsek, Vatsek should be able to beat them head-to-head. And now that they are all on that podium, they're going to have to sit in the peloton. They are not going to be able to turn and attack like before. That does set up a scenario where... by the way, if I was paying close enough attention, I wouldn't have let Onley get away. But before they even had a minute and a half advantage, I was already on it. By that point, it was already too late. We really needed to chase from kilometer 0 and never allow them to be in the break in the first place. Never expected to have that many riders who are well-placed GC go into that break and then not get any support until it was already too late, and that gap went up real fast. Take away 5.5 minutes from these guys. Getting back to this real quick. Take away 5.5 minutes, or say 5. Subtract 5 minutes. Cepeda, still behind us. Kamna, we would be level. And we could beat him head to head. And then Only would be just slightly ahead of us. But that would be a lot more manageable than what we're looking at right now. 7.5 down is going to be a lot to overcome. But we've seen it. Stalminit, like, where's he at? Stalminit's 21-25 down. He was a minute behind us just 2 stages or 3 stages ago. So it can change quick. And I think at least 1 or 2, if not all 3 of them, will collapse and go backwards. And once it starts, they'll want to go backwards fast. Only wants to be in the break. He wants to win the King of the Mountains. But as long as he has his jersey, he will defend it. So 6.5 minutes is going to be a lot for Vuelta to take. Vuelta, I think, is that favorite to go forward, as you know, he's a lot stronger. O'Connor, Fisher Black. But here's the thing: Ayuso's the strongest climber around here. The best climbers, they're not in contention. The 3 guys with an 80 plus, none of them are near the top of the standings. It's going to be an interesting race, and it's still wide open, but we're not in a position we want to be in right now, bar that, like, the 3 guys. You remove them, the 3 breakaway guys who gain that huge chunk of time, and you look at where we would be otherwise and just put Vuelta first and subtract that 6.5 minutes, all of a sudden we're a minute down in second place, and it's looking fantastic. I don't think we're in contention to win the race at all. But could we be in contention for a podium or a top 5? Absolutely. We're still in that contention. But it's definitely gotten tougher because all of a sudden we got, 2 guys, stronger climbers, half a minute down. And we've got a really strong climber, 1.5 minutes down. There's plenty of competitors that are close. But that's where we were, kind of. We lost some time to some guys, though. That last little get dropped by those guys and lose that 1.5 minutes definitely hurt. If we only lost about 30 seconds, that minute better off, that would still put us kind of where you want to be. This is going to be difficult to overcome, but I still think that 1 or 2, if not all 3 of those guys, will crack and lose big chunks of time now that they are forced to climb. And there's 4 stages of being forced to climb. We're going to crack too, though. We had the +5 today, it's still cracked. So the bonuses are expected to be +3 daily. Is it going to drop? Is it going to be down to a +2 tomorrow? Is he going to be sad? Possibly. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I think it'll get better, but I also think it'll get worse. Right? We're going to struggle to fend off from these guys. I do think we are going to make some forward progress against these guys. I think Vuelta's the favorite to win this thing at this stage. Ayuso, he's got a couple good days ahead of him. He could really move up, at least to a podium spot. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.